If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my story. Your support helps us continue sharing hidden tales of love and loss. Let's build a community where every broken heart finds a voice. Thank you for being part of this journey. My wife understood that any infidelity would result in the complete dissolution of our relationship. I provided her with numerous opportunities to change her course. Throughout the years, I have encountered numerous opportunities to engage in dishonest behavior. Although I have experienced significant intoxication, I have never acted upon it. I have never reciprocated flirtation. Even in a state of confusion, I recognized the appropriate course of action. I have also experienced infatuations. I acknowledge that this is a common experience, however, I have never acted upon these feelings. I have deliberately avoided contact to allow the crush to subside. I believe there are no justifications or mitigating factors for my wife's choices and actions. Killing someone while under the influence of alcohol does not constitute a valid excuse for the act. The only possible outcome is divorce. I am resolute and will not entertain any justifications. It may be more beneficial to move on rather than seek forgiveness. This solution is optimal for all parties involved, including her. Although I previously expressed a desire to destroy everything, it is unlikely that I will follow through with this intention. This is a mental construct I engaged in due to its pleasurable nature. Inflicting harm upon her or causing her termination would not serve the interests of myself or my children. This situation may result in my assuming responsibility for her maintenance, which could subsequently impact my children if it becomes widely known. I am unwilling to incur this cost for temporary emotional satisfaction. I have only communicated with my parents, my brother, and her mother thus far. Her father died last year. I will likely maintain this stance, despite the strong allure of vengeance. Frank's wife has shown significant improvement. We embrace during moments of sorrow. There is no romantic inclination between us whatsoever. Please refrain from proposing intimate relations. The support of an individual undergoing similar experiences is significantly beneficial, particularly during challenging times when burdens become overwhelming. My wife is the sole individual to whom I have disclosed my thoughts and feelings since childhood. Frank's wife is merely the second. Establishing trust in others poses significant challenges for me. I currently find it quite challenging, yet I somehow manage to feel at ease with Frank's wife. Significant progress is achieved within the confines of the flat, through focused work and discussions. I accompanied Frank's wife to visit him today. The situation was intense, however, his behavior ultimately proved to be predictable. How can I express this regarding Frank in the most considerate manner? He represents a significant detriment to society. I remained silent during the meeting. I provided emotional support for my new friend. He exhibited signs of desperation. He made numerous promises to ensure her return home. He disclosed all the information. I was correct in my assumption that my wife was not the sole individual involved. Over the past 12 months, he has been involved with multiple women outside his marriage, in addition to 2 prior to that period. The initial 3 months following their marriage. Indeed, he asserts the presence of a compulsive relationship behavior. What is occurring? If he exhibits such behavior, why not address it prior to marriage? Or why get married at all? This guy is a deeply troubled and morally lost individual. But maybe I am biased. I was scared I would confront him angrily before we met. But after I saw him, I just felt sorry for him. I don't really see him as an actual man, rather some an emotionally immature person. That realization was surprisingly liberating. I will prepare to meet my wife, likely next week. I will request my father to participate. I hold his opinion in high regard, and he demonstrates a commendable ability to remain impartial. If either party is unreasonable, he will be able to identify the issue. I aim to present an unembellished perspective without offering any misleading optimism. We have completed the task. We will undergo a divorce. Reconciliation is not feasible. It is essential to establish a method for effective co-parenting and harmonious coexistence on the same planet. I fear that I may succumb to pressure. I hope to endure and maintain my commitment for the necessary duration. This option is optimal for all parties involved. There is no necessity to prolong the discussion. I am already aware of the outcome. I have proposed a divorce agreement that is equitable, suggesting a 50-50 division of all assets. Given her current breakdown, I propose that I obtain primary custody for the interim period. I have established a plan with my parents to assume the daily responsibilities for the children. I aim to reintegrate my children into a routine that closely resembles normalcy at the earliest opportunity. I have communicated with CPS, and they expressed a positive outlook, indicating no issues. I will return to our house at the end of the week. Frank's wife is permitted to reside in the flat indefinitely. I desire a location to which I can retreat when necessary. In summary, my condition has significantly improved. Much of this is attributable to you, esteemed members of Reddit. Thank you once again. That is an impressive narrative. Please share your thoughts on this matter in the comments section. It is recommended that you review the material. The links will be provided in the description as per usual practice. Please share your thoughts on this matter. Human being. Impressive. I will see you all at the next event. The warning signs blossomed, vivid and undeniable. Before long, it became clear that a shadow had slipped into the sacred space of my union, yet I found myself without evidence, as her secrets clung to her like a lover's embrace. Even if my heart yearned to install one of those monitoring apps, fate would conspire against me, leaving no path to place it on her phone. After what felt like an eternity shrouded in shadows, where every heartbeat echoed with uncertainty, I found myself unable to take that leap into the light. Last week, as we strolled together towards the gym, I felt the moment had come to share my heart with her. Though it fills me with a sense of regret, it was the sole path I could envision to find a moment of tranquility in the chaos of my heart. She steps into the gym, a world of her own, where time seems to stretch and bend, and for nearly 2 hours, she loses herself in the rhythm of her heart and the pulse of her dreams. Yes, I sat and waited, my heart yearning, but she is not alone in this moment. She emerges from the gym, her laughter dancing in the air, accompanied by none other than my dearest friend, she. For over a decade, my heart has been intertwined with she, a bond that has blossomed through the years. He's my partner on this journey of life. He stood by my side as my closest confidant. We shared our first beers together, a moment that felt like the beginning of something beautiful. He was a man I entrusted with my heart, without a shadow of doubt. At this moment, my heart is enveloped in a haze of uncertainty. Though I was aware they frequented the same gym, I had never allowed myself to entertain the thought that she might be straying from our union. It was with him that my heart found its home. But fate had other plans, and everything changed in an instant. Instead of retreating to her car and driving away, she strolls alongside she to his vehicle, their conversation flowing effortlessly between them. As they arrive at his car, he gently pulls her close, shared a closeness that crossed boundaries, an embrace that revealed more than friendship that ignites the air around them. At this moment, my heart is aflame with passion. My heart races with a fiery passion, and a storm brews within me. As I sat there, a wave of frustration washed over me, and with a heavy heart, I clenched my fists, leaving a mark of my turmoil. I watched, captivated yet pained, as they shared a moment that felt like an eternity, 2 minutes stretching into a bittersweet memory, before he finally slipped into his car and drove away, leaving me in the quiet of the lot. For a fleeting moment, the thought of retreating to the comfort of home crossed my mind, yet the ache of uncertainty pulled me back. I could not bear the thought of lingering in silence, unaware of the tender moments unfolding before me. As I waited, the anticipation swelled within me, each passing moment a heartbeat echoing in the quiet of the evening. Then, like a scene from a cherished tale, his car appeared, gliding gracefully into the driveway of his home, a promise of warmth and connection just moments away. I find a discreet spot to park, just a few houses away, my heart racing as I witness them emerge from his car, entwined in a tender embrace, their laughter echoing as they make their way to his front door. For the next 20 minutes or so, I found myself lost in thought, and in that moment, my seething anger transformed into a serene stillness. With a gentle hum, I ignite the engine and glide into his driveway, anticipation fluttering in my heart. With a heart full of anticipation, I step out of my car and make my way to the front door, each step echoing the promise of what lies ahead. As fate would have it, the door stands invitingly ajar. Yes, I knew that my actions danced on the edge of the forbidden, yet my heart was untroubled by the consequences. I gently push the door open, and the vibrant music envelops me, mingling with the sweet, unmistakable sound of my beloved Tara's soft moans. I am drawn by a space that should have been private. As I linger at the threshold, I embrace the unfolding moments beyond, reconciling with the path I am about to embark upon. With a gentle touch, I reach for the door, my heart racing as I discover it stands unguarded, inviting me in. I gently push the door open, revealing a scene that takes my breath away, she and Tara, locked in an emotionally intense moment, lost in a world of their own, where nothing else matters but the heat of their connection. With a heart full of determination, I step into the room, my movements fluid and purposeful. In a heartbeat, I made a sudden move, confronting him directly, a moment charged with intensity and unspoken connection. For those unfamiliar with the art of movement, a teep is like a gentle caress of the air, a front kick that whispers with the grace of a foot instead of a fist. With a delightful sound, he soared from her embrace, stumbling away like a leaf caught in a gentle breeze. As her gaze meets mine, a gasp escapes her lips, filled with a mix of fear and surprise. As he rises from the ground, a hand pressed against his side where I had struck him, our eyes meet for a fleeting moment. In that instant, time seems to pause, and I can feel the tension in the air before I made a sudden gesture, connecting with him in a decisive embrace. He crumbled emotionally, sweet yet fragile. Tara, with a heart full of concern, steps between me and she, her voice trembling as she pleads for mercy, urging me to walk away instead of causing him pain. He rises unsteadily, his heart heavy with regret, attempting to utter the words, "I'm sorry," as the weight of the moment envelops him. With a surge of passion, I step past her, bringing him down to the ground, where the intensity of our past collides with the present as I confront my former best friend. He surrendered to the moment, letting the tide of emotions wash over him without resistance. He tried to shield himself as I unleashed an overwhelming confrontation. Tara, with a heart full of determination, makes 2 earnest attempts to draw me away from him, yet my desire for that precious connection remains unyielding. After expressing my anger, I rose to my feet and struck him once more, targeting the very rib that had sent him tumbling from the bed. He groaned in pain that echoed through the night. I'm filled with a sense of uncertainty. As if a fragile piece of my heart has been cracked. He lay on the floor, vulnerable and exposed, a pained expression etched across his face. Tara knelt beside him, her gentle touch and soothing words a balm to his suffering, as she sought to ease his distress with all the love she could muster. The image of her standing resolutely to shield him, the man who was not her husband, plunged me into a shadowy abyss of emotions. As she rose and met my gaze, her efforts to comfort him lingering in the air, I unleashed my hurt with a sharp gesture, letting my disdain spill forth. I can no longer look at you the same, I declared, the weight of my words heavy between us. You must accept this new reality, for you no longer have a place in my heart. As I prepare to walk away, her tears flow freely, and her voice trembles with desperation as she pleads for me to stay, promising that she has so much to share, so much to reveal. In a moment charged with tension, she reaches out for me, her fingers brushing against my arm, but I pull away, the distance between us growing. With a sudden turn, I find myself pulled away from her grasp, the air thick with unspoken emotions. She stands there, her vulnerability laid bare, chasing after me from his home, her voice a soft whisper of desperation, urging me to stay, to find a way to resolve this together. It felt as though I had wandered into a realm beyond reality, where the ordinary faded away and the extraordinary embraced me. As I slip into my car and drive away, the heaviness of it all envelops me like a bittersweet memory. It was only a short distance, yet my heart urged me to stop, unable to bear the thought of leaving you behind. My heart aches, tears streaming down my cheeks as I mourn not only the end of our union but the beautiful bond of friendship we once cherished. Though the foundation of my relationship with Tara felt uncertain, the betrayal of her choosing my friend to confide in cut deeper than I ever imagined. It was a pain so profound, I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. Then it dawned on me that I had triumphed over a man in the very sanctuary he called home. In this moment of uncertainty, my heart races with the fear of what might happen next, wondering if they would summon the authorities against me. I pressed the accelerator, racing towards the warmth of home, my heart pounding with anticipation. Not a single moment of slumber graced my restless night. As I lingered in the quiet of my living room, I found myself yearning for the distant sound of sirens, a melody that never graced my ears. As the first light of dawn began to break, the clock struck 6:30 a.m., heralding the start of a new day filled with endless possibilities. On that fateful morning, Tara makes her long-awaited return. As her eyes meet mine, she collapses to the ground, tears streaming down her cheeks, overwhelmed by emotion. Amidst her tender apologies, she unveils the depths of her heart, sharing every intricate detail. She whispers softly, assuring me that he bore no fault in the unfolding of their tale. She approached him with an undeniable allure. She seemed to harbor a deep frustration towards me, feeling that I had not shown the devotion she so desired in her moments of need. Yet, in the shadows of the lockdown, we found ourselves drifting away, and she was left with a heart full of secrets, longing for the warmth of my presence that had grown distant. Thus, she began to share her heart with she, and what blossomed was an intimate connection that transcended the ordinary. She confessed that it was her longing for something more that led her to seek a deeper connection, as her heart's discontent blossomed into a yearning that transcended mere emotions. With a heart heavy with regret, she confessed her embarrassment over my sudden outburst, confirming his injury without retaliation. I had feared all along, that I had inadvertently caused him pain. He suffered an injury in the confrontation in the heat of the moment. He lay confirming his injury without retaliation, a quiet resolve in his heart, choosing not to seek retribution. I listened to her words, allowing them to wash over me, and when I felt the moment was right, I poured out my heart to her. In the depths of my heart, I felt a pang of betrayal, a tempest of emotions swirling within me. She, once the light of my life, had turned away, choosing silence over honesty. Instead of confiding in me, she sought solace in the arms of my closest friend, a twisted dance of revenge that left me reeling. I longed for her to have the courage to face me, to share her unhappiness, rather than weaving a web of deceit that ensnared us both. As I stepped away from the bond we once cherished, her true colors revealed themselves, and in that moment of heartbreak, my words became a tempest, shattering the illusions we had built together. Then she had the courage to gaze deeply into my eyes and ask, was I going to walk away from her? As I sat there, a whirlwind of thoughts danced through my mind, questioning if she truly meant what she said. With a heart heavy with betrayal, I confronted her, my voice trembling with the weight of unspoken emotions. You have been entwined with my closest friend for months, while I stood on the sidelines, yearning for the affection and intimacy that slipped through my fingers. You left me in a storm of chaos, forcing me to confront the aftermath of shattered trust and broken bonds. And now, you dare to ask me to mend what has been so deeply fractured. Those were my exact words, shared from the depths of my heart. Before she could utter another word, I gently took her hand and whispered that she had just 1 hour to gather her belongings and embark on a new journey. For the next half hour, she pours her heart out, pleading with me to reconsider, her voice a melody of desperation, as she implores me to hear her, unwilling to part from my side. With a heavy heart, I expressed to her that my words have run dry, and any further exchanges shall be carried out through the hands of a legal representative, marking the end of our once cherished connection. Our journey has come to an end. In that moment, she understands the weight of my words, surrendering to the truth that lingers between us. In a fleeting moment, she gathered her cherished belongings, reached out to her beloved sister Kate, and left quietly. In a moment of vulnerability, I took to social media, sharing my side of the story of what had transpired between her and my closest companion, ensuring that the world would hear my side of the story. I spoke with a fervor that left no room for ambiguity, my words flowing like a passionate river, unrestrained and bold. With a heart heavy yet resolute, I revealed the truth of what I had witnessed, the betrayal that pierced my soul. I spoke of my decision to part ways, a chapter closing as I prepared to embark on a new journey, leaving behind the echoes of love once cherished. As if drawn by an invisible thread, family and friends gathered around, their hearts fluttering with excitement at the news that had just blossomed. The response unfolded like a delicate dance, with some voices rising in disapproval of their choices, while others turned their gaze towards me, questioning the wisdom of revealing such an intimate chapter to the world. It was her father, a man of faith, who brought an unexpected twist to their tale. He reached out to me, his voice trembling with emotion, pleading for a chance at reconciliation. Tara, in her sorrow, was desperate to hold on to what we once had, her heart aching at the thought of losing me forever. He whispered, with a heart full of conviction, that beneath the gaze of the divine, there exists no deed that can escape the embrace of forgiveness. In a moment of tender confrontation, I gently reminded him that within the sacred pages he so frequently reveres, there lies no mention of the heart's betrayals among the 10 sacred truths. I, a seeker of my own path, found solace in the understanding that love, in all its forms, dances beyond the confines of commandments. That moment extinguished the flickering flame of his hopes for reconciliation almost instantly. The next moment we shared was filled with his heartfelt apology, a gentle acknowledgement of his daughter's missteps. And since that moment, his silence has wrapped around me like a lingering whisper of what once was. It was precisely 1 week ago, a moment etched in time, when the events unfolded that led me to write you this message. Our paths have crossed with the lawyer, and I have taken the first steps towards a new chapter, initiating the journey of an uncontested divorce. In the embrace of my surroundings, I find myself drawn to the allure of opportunity, ready to seize every moment that fate has laid before me. In the quiet moments of my heart, I have chosen to distance myself from Tara and the world she once shared with me. She pours her heart into countless messages, each one a plea for another opportunity, weaving promises of reconciliation with every word. Just yesterday, she poured her heart into a 11-page, 6 pages back-to-back handwritten letter, confessing her love for me and revealing her vulnerabilities. Indeed, I found myself immersed in its pages. There's something enchanting about the way she understands my fondness for handwritten letters, a secret language of the heart that only we share. I turned the pages, hoping to discover a shift in my heart, yet nothing stirred within me. The words I read echoed with a sense of longing, as if they were whispers of a love yet to be discovered. I gently folded it away, letting it slip from my fingers into the depths of the trash, a final farewell to what once was. Silence envelops the space where Chet once lingered, and perhaps, if fate is kind, he will choose to remain in the shadows, allowing the echoes of what was to fade gently into the past. If fate ever allows our paths to cross once more, I might find myself yearning to express my feelings in a serious confrontation. And so, that is the essence of it all. How my once beloved partner turned away, shattering not only our bond but also the cherished friendship that had flourished for over a decade. The scars linger, tender and raw, as I navigate the labyrinth of my thoughts, each twist and turn a reminder of what once was. Let my tale be a gentle whisper of warning to all who dare to listen. Trust the whispers of your heart. If you feel a whisper of doubt in your heart, don't dismiss it as mere coincidence. In the quest for understanding, let your heart guide you as you pursue the truths that await. In the realm of passion and connection, I believe in nurturing love rather than resorting to conflict. Do not shy away from facing the one who has betrayed your trust when you find them in the moment of their deceit. The ache of betrayal and the sting of hurt envelop me, deeper than any sorrow I've ever known. Yet, I shall persevere through this journey, emerging on the other side with a heart that beats even stronger. In my heart, I know that she is the one with whom I wish to share my days, to build a family, and to embrace the beauty of growing old together. Yet, fate has other plans. In the bloom of youth, I stand on the threshold of my professional journey, with a charm that draws the gaze of many. From the ashes of heartache, I shall rise, destined to discover a woman who will cherish every moment of my devotion. Thank you for taking the time to read and share this, if you choose to. Oh, how enchanting! Allow me to share my reflections. Oh, the drama of love. Lately, I've been weaving tales of men who, in a moment of unsuspecting bliss, stumbled upon their beloved wives or fiancés entwined in the arms of another, shattering the illusion of trust and devotion. Or if I receive a heartfelt email from someone, detailing a specific experience. I often begin these videos by expressing how one person's story can resonate deeply, offering solace to another. It seems this gentleman ventured into the vast realm of the internet after his encounter, seeking out tales that mirrored his own on YouTube. He found himself wandering through the shadows of his thoughts, yearning for a kindred spirit. Has anyone else felt this way? He pondered, a heavy heart weighing him down. In his solitude, He felt an aching loneliness. It was then that fate intervened, leading him to my videos, a serendipitous encounter that sparked a glimmer of hope in his weary soul. Your tales have a way of weaving connections. It matters not the source of these narratives, whether found in the vastness of the internet or shared in whispers, they possess the power to touch hearts. Many of you have lent me your ears, drawn in by a singular tale that resonated deeply. In the quiet moments of my search, I stumbled upon your channel, drawn by a whisper of familiarity. It felt as if the universe conspired to guide me there, as I sought solace in a tale that mirrored my own journey. Each email I encountered echoed with the promise of connection, leading me to the answers I longed for, and in that serendipitous moment, I found you. In the quiet moments of reflection, I find myself yearning to unveil my tale. The narratives of others resonate deeply within me, offering solace and understanding. Your experiences echo in my heart, and I long for the chance to share my own. Your tale holds the power to touch a heart. For those who have faced their own trials, your words resonate deeply. I recently had a conversation with a brave soul, a public servant, who shared his experiences. He recalled the moment everything changed, back in March 2020, when the world paused and we all found ourselves confined within our homes. In a world transformed, where the comforts of home became the backdrop for daily endeavors, I found myself embracing this new reality. Many souls I cherish also ventured into this intimate space, weaving their professional lives into the fabric of their homes, and they continue to do so, creating a tapestry of shared experiences and quiet moments. He spoke of the rising tensions that filled the air, a storm brewing in the confines of their shared space. Each day unfolded with the weight of unspoken words, their once harmonious connection fraying at the edges. It was as if the very essence of their love had been overshadowed by the mundane, and the intimacy they once cherished faded into the background, leaving only echoes of what once was. Challenges arise, woven into the fabric of your shared moments. In the closeness of your connection, tensions may flare, much like the passionate disputes of others who find themselves entangled in the complexities of love. As the sun set on their once harmonious relationship, shadows of conflict began to creep in, casting doubt and discord. Yet, amidst the turmoil, she found solace in the embrace of the gym, transforming herself with each passing day. Whispers of caution echoed from the wise, recounting tales of love lost when one partner sought strength and independence. And so, the story unfolded, leaving hearts heavy with uncertainty and longing. She began to embrace the rhythm of the gym, seeking to transform herself for the sake of another, hoping to move forward. I've come across many tales of such journeys, where a woman dedicates herself to fitness, only to find her heart wandering elsewhere. It's a poignant tale, indeed. It was your dearest companion, the one who held your heart in their hands. Such pain it brings, my friend. And this tale, it echoes the whispers of recent chapters I've shared, filled with longing and bittersweet memories. In a moment of tenderness, the men found it within their hearts to forgive their beloveds. With a gentle sigh, they chose to trust once more, whispering, "I believe in you." Your voice rang out with unwavering strength, a declaration that pierced the air. You stood firm, defiant against the tide, and with a heart full of resolve, you chose to reject the betrayal that had lingered too long. The pain of your best friend's heartache fueled your courage, igniting a fire within you that refused to be extinguished. In the midst of our love, shadows crept in, casting doubt upon our bond. You chose to wander away from the warmth of our connection, seeking solace beyond the embrace of our shared journey, attempting to mend the fractures that had formed between us alone. In a moment that shattered the very foundation of trust, the thought of seeking solace in the arms of another, especially my dearest friend, felt like a betrayal too deep to bear. How could she? The audacity of it all left me breathless. Could we ever mend what was broken? The answer lingered in the air, heavy and resolute: no, never again. Are you truly ready to seek that divorce lawyer? A heartfelt salute to you, my friend. Embrace this journey, find that attorney, and take the brave step to move forward, leaving the past behind. My dear friend, I must share this with you. Should you feel inclined to share the tale of your journey through the trials of divorce, and if you emerge triumphant, please do enlighten us. We long to hear about the steps you took and the choices you made to ensure your well-being in this chapter of your life. Feel free to share that update whenever your heart desires. There's no rush, and I hold no expectations. Wishing you all the happiness in the world. It appears you possess an air of confidence and clarity, as if you hold the answers to life's mysteries. Truly, a heartfelt admiration for you all. I invite you to share your thoughts on this tale in the comments below. Oh, how I wish you all the luck in the world, dear friend. I sense that you will emerge from this journey stronger than ever, transforming into a man of even greater depth and character. Here's to you, with all my admiration. If you wish to share your tale, send it to truestorination@gmail.com. I shall unveil it for all to see. That's truestorination@gmail.com. Until we meet again, dear friends.